Zatai or Rookie to jump onto.
We'll have to see if they change that in the draft. One team that didn't lack much crowd control was EDG, despite their lack of crowd control. Just, Clear Love, he wanted to build as many slow creating items as he possibly could in that matchup. Had the bucket of different slows being put into his build. We'll have to see what they decide to draft coming into the game number 2 here. As we head into Champion Select, Rek'Sai and Caitlyn are going to be the 2 bands coming out from IG so far. Kindred and Rise being taken away by EDG.
Yeah, and once again, Red Side banning Kindred, just respecting her as the strongest jungler. Getting rid of Caitlyn means that they don't want to deal with the Siege comp anymore.
Maybe Rookie, having a little bit of a nightmare of death flashing forward to get that crit off, take him down before he can get assassinated as well. As he is going to be the final ban coming out from IG's lineup. Definitely putting a lot of respect towards Scout in the mid lane, who has been playing pretty well so far. Went toe-to-toe against Rookie throughout that entire match.
Yeah, and this is interesting because Scout was 0-4 at one stage in that game. I mean, he didn't have a great laning phase, so that just means that IG don't have a way to answer this win condition, which is very scary.
Certainly is. As the bans have been completed, and literally the final ban coming out from EDG means that IG are able to insta-lock and first pick the Vladimir, which, could go to Rookie, but we saw Tutai had a phenomenal game in that last game. We thought this was going to be perma-banned against him throughout this entire series.
Yeah, I certainly thought it was going to be, and, Victor has been the response internationally against mid-lane Vladimir. We'll see if there's a response to top-lane Vladimir that they have in mind.
Well, we'll have to see what they do to lock in here. Rek'Sai, Kindred, Nidalee being banned out one more time means another S-tier jungle left, or the only S-tier jungle left over, so to speak, is going to be Graves. We saw Gragas being played by Clearlove last game. You mentioned he does have the Evelyn pocket pick that he could possibly pull out somewhere, but who knows? Let's see what he does decide to bring out in this match. But for now, looks like they're very content with picking up Maokai and Karma. No, they're going to switch it out one more time. No, Mouse being a little bit cheeky. Gonna pull out that Graves, give it over to Clear Love, and Karma locked in as their support.
Yeah, so Graves Karma, I already said it, I think, once tonight, but I think that right now Karma is pretty much the perfect range support. Has CC in the form of slow as well as a chain, has an AoE speed up as well as a big shield, uses wind speak as well, which is pretty much as an Aegis of free stats there. So I really do think that Karma is one of those champions that, people slept on for a long time and has started to do good things.
Well, we'll have to see what IG decide to pick up here. We saw the Graves last game for Kid. Now that's taken away as well as all the other top priority junglers. Could possibly pull out the Gragas here. Another common pick we see when those junglers are taken away is the Lee Sin pickup, which Kid has played a couple of times, but Gragas locked in and Sivir locked in as a response for IG.
And in their rematch for the second game, after the first was stopped for technical difficulties, Kid played Gragas against EDG. He broke the mid lane siege with a fantastic cast and was able to actually snowball them to victory there. So I like this. The fact that IG didn't want to give up Sivir Karma, so they had to pick the Sivir is a little bit worrying, however, because now Deft gets to play Lucian.
On the flip side as well, Maokai is picked up, probably going to go into the top lane for Mouse, a champion. Top lane. Can't do words again. Just stacking them up in the wrong order one more time. But they've locked in the next 2 picks. Maokai and Lucian picked up very strong picks still, and picks that EDG are very comfortable with.
Yeah, it certainly isn't, but all of a sudden you're still looking and you're like, where is the CC? Kid has some. Tabe needs to be able to play a CC support here. Or they need to get a CC top laner and seed that Vladimir over. That'll do it.
Might not be a CC top laner, but it could be Victor in the mid lane with the Braum being picked up one more time here for Tabe. He's very fond of this champion.
And all of a sudden you have that layer of CC, right? You rush the Gragas in. He throws out the cast. Either the Braum or the Nami, they're very similar in their ultimate and how their CC works. Just lay it down in a straight line, let the Vladimir fly in, let the Victor fly in, and clean everyone up.
And that's the lock-in coming in from IG's lineup. Victor and Nami, the last 2 picks, which means EDG have the chance to round out their team composition with what should be a mid-lane pick coming out for Scout here. Azir banned out.
Now I'm interested to see what he wants to run into it, because as I said, Victor was kind of the answer to some of these mages. Swain is an answer, I suppose, of sort.
Well, they took away Vladimir, one of the obnoxious mages in the game right now, who just seems to never die. Swain being the other one that just refuses to die time and time again, is going to get locked in for the EDG lineup. That should be going into the mid lane for Scout here. And top lane will be Maokai being played by Mouse.
So, they do have initiation in the form of Mouse, but once again, not a lot of CC on the EDG lineup. This is a very mid-range 5v5 team fighting comp. And you know what? They're playing against one on the other side of the map maybe a little bit better siege potential. Not even really, because they have a 500 range AD carry and Siva. Like, this is literally two teams that just want to run head first, and whoever wins the team fight through execution will win the game.
A couple of curveballs thrown in one more time. You know, the Vladimir coming from Tatai, we thought that we would never see him play this champion again after his performance that they had against Game Talents up in the top lane. Comboed in with Jace being played in the mid lane by Rookie.
And it's just because, you know, I think he even fell down early in that game, but it just got to late game and it didn't matter. Rookie was assassinating people on Jace. The Vladimir was just running around full terror. I really hope that EDG have a plan, early game for Vlad, because the later the game goes, we've already seen it. He can build whatever the heck he wants. He just does damage.
Well, Mouse neutralized them last game in their top lane matchup, Echo against Swain. This time, gonna have to see if you can do it on Maokai. Seems a little bit
Maokai was always a counter pick. You can't pull away. The jungler will find you.
Well, let's see if they can do that up in the top lane, as we are going to go load onto Submitters for game number 2 between Edward Gaming and Invictus Gaming. We're back onto the Rift here for game number 2 between Edward Gaming and Invictus Gaming. Currently, EDG lead the battle 1-0 here. IG definitely looking to try and put themselves onto the board. As we take a look at the Keystone Masteries, really quickly as all of the champions run out across the Rift. Nothing too surprising coming out here. You know, Strength of the Ages, what we normally see on the Vladimirs. They get picked up as an early flash here being blown from Tabe. You know, walked out a little bit too far.
Good flash from Tabe. Doesn't fumble that one. You know, straight over the fat part of the wall into safety, because otherwise he would have been dead.
We've seen a lot of pro players fumble that flash. You know, Worlds, Huni, Faker, both doing it.
Lucian now running in to create some form of control.
Yeah, it looks like for now, both teams looking for standard lanes one more time here. It's Mako and Def, like you mentioned, moving into the bottom lane. He spots out Tabe, blow his splash.
But Karma, as well as Lucian, is such a bully lane. So, you know, the fact that they're going to be able to try and pick on this lane.
So, clear love for not pulling a kid in this match and instead opting to start at a major camp instead of the Raptors.
Oh, and the EDG lineup really want to be able to pick on IG here. They're waiting out of vision, going to try and sneak in. They do get spotted, but they'll stop the camp.
Yep, won't be able to take that one down. And immediately the response coming out from IG is, yep, we'll go to lane, no problem.
All right, so the reason behind that is that Siva is actually really weak at level 1. She has an auto attack reset and some wave clear. But when you compare it to something like Karma, something like Lucian, it's just not the same. So you want to keep them level 1 as long as possible. You don't want them to be able... Oh, she didn't even take auto attack reset.
Oh, Boomerang Blade.
She took Boomerang Blade, which is a very unusual start for Sivas.
Well, it does have the most base damage if you hit someone back and forth with it, but other than that, not that great to start off the game with.
Because generally level 1 isn't actually about hitting champions, it's about getting control of the wave.
It does look like EDG might be able to take control of that wave.
Yeah, definitely not going to do that, so see how the rest of that lane eventuates. Mid lane, however, we still expect it to be in Victor's favor. Victor is one of the strongest lanes.
Oh, Mako actually taking a lot of damage down in the bottom lane, but just put some back on towards Def. Now the level 2s are going to come out from Def and Mako. Rookie, yeah, he's still being Rookie. Nothing's changed in this mid lane. He's playing Victor.
The laser is just so long.
He's playing Victor, but he just plays it still like it's a blank. Def, not Def, sorry, Rain taking a lot of damage there.
Def was the one dishing it out.
Spell Shield comes out there by Rain, able to block some of it. Well, you know, very quiet game, very quiet start so far, but very early into this matchup. Have to see how things pan out, because once again, we're looking at IG trying to dominate their lanes. Rookie already doing the same thing he did the first game, which is try to keep Scout underneath his turret, keep him at a farm deficit. Scout's been keeping up quite nicely. Did that last game despite falling down a couple of times as well. Def actually almost got caught out by that barrel. Has to be a little bit careful because I'm just getting confused now. That's clearly Love on Graves. So take a look towards the top lane this time around. You know, Vladimir against Maokai. Just going to farm it out.
Yeah, Mouse just pushes him in early, to be honest. He's now looking to get an early recall. Vlad can't really do anything. He needs to be able to answer the creeps underneath his turret.
The recall does come in from Mouse up at the top lane. Just picks up another Doran's ring for himself as well. As
Kid actually looking for Scout.
Scout going to get jumped on here. Good flash forward from Kid there to get the flash in return from the mid laner. They pick up first blood.
Yeah, and all he does is you wait for your flash to stop. It increases the hitbox size, and you follow the mid laner, and that was perfectly played from Kid. Able to pick up first blood for himself one more time. But this time around, Rookie has firm control of the lane. He's already up 12 CS. That's 2 full waves. Forces out a teleport from Scout, and now that lane just becomes even easier to gank.
And that's 2 summoner spells burnt on the side of the Swain here. You know, Rookie burnt his as well, but did pick up the kill. Got to see if Scout can control the wave with the back he's got in any way, shape, or form. Let's try and punish this in any way possible, but doesn't look like he's going to be able to do just that.
He'll be able to hold it there, so that's fine. Rookie's actually assist pinging to be able to shove the wave out because he knows that he doesn't want to be frozen on. But really, right now, Scout's just at a huge disadvantage. And here comes Kid, you know, he's going to help his mid laner shove this one in.
Make sure that Scout has to farm underneath the turret, try to deny as much CS as possible, and also make sure the wave resets, most importantly.
That's what it's really about, right? The wave resetting. As you can see, the Mouse continuing to going on Zatai here.
Mouse just doesn't care right now, you know? He sees Zatai's fantastic Vladimir game and raises him a Maokai in this lane.
But, you know, Maokai is actually quite strong. Has one of the highest base damages early in the game. You know, he can shove the wave. You can see that very effectively out of Mouse right now. So, good early laning phase. Still means that Vlad's going to be able to farm up. He has fallen slightly behind.
He's able to counter Vladimir's ultimate as well, which is a very nice spell to be able to use.
Yeah, damage reduction for damage amplification there.
Well, as we are moving back towards the bottom lane already, Deft able to create a nice CS lead for himself. He's about 12 CS ahead of the Sivir right now. Clearlove was being a little bit cheeky and went for a small invade towards Invictus Gamer's jungle.
Just deep vision obtained, and I was actually going to point it out because all of a sudden, that bottom lane is so safe because both routes that you would normally approach with Gragas are shut down. So unless he comes straight down the lane, there's just absolutely nothing he can do. And this CS deficit going to continue to grow, and this is why Lucian is such a power pick right now in the LPL.
Well, Gragas is towards the bottom side of the map. We'll have to see if the Vision's able to keep them safe. You can already see Tabe trying to be aggressive wherever he possibly can. Both the AD carries went back to base already. Lucian and Civ are matching each other on items so far. Both have that Cole looking to try and pick up as many stacks as possible, get a little bit of extra gold.
And you can see that still in this mid lane, Scout is struggling.
Kid now looking to move towards the bottom lane one more time. They decides not to. Yes, Scout still not doing fantastic in this lane. He's about 12 CS behind here as well. And the single kill that went on over towards Kid in the jungle, making a lot of difference. As Rookie's still playing the way Rookie would normally play, which is on top of his melee minions, poking Scout whenever he gets close.
Yeah, up in his face. And it looks like Scout's actually, you know, going to still go towards the Rod of Ages, but with the second ring pickup as well as a refillable potion, that's a little bit later than he would have liked it.
Everywhere else, though, on the side of the OG lineup, going very even with EDG. So bottom lane, you know, slight advantage for Deft. Jungle has 1 kill in favor of IG, whereas mid lane, just the Rookie show right now.
Yeah, it certainly is, and Scout needs to push that one out. Probably needs to go back, get another shop in, pick up his blue buff, because he's still struggling in the lane. But they want to keep bullying on the bottom side of the map.
They're doing just that. Lots of tethers coming out from Mako, trying to lock him down wherever possible.
Now it looks like they're setting up for a dive. They're actually pinging it out quite aggressively. I mean, Clearlove's level 6, and they've forced him right off the turret.
They certainly have. Piercing Light comes out of Deft. They're able to tag the Nami on the back, but they're able to just force them away.
That's 2 creep waves, one of which is a cannon minion, and probably a dragon off the back end of that. That is a brute force play, something we're not used to seeing out of EDG. And it's going to 100% go unpunished.
They're able to close the gold gap slightly as well now, only about 4,000 gold behind. 400 gold, not 4,000 gold. Clearlove actually able to take a red buff for himself during this time. We are going to see IG return to this lane. Culling can be put down there by Deft, trying to poke out Rain or stop him from advancing. Good use of Relentless Pursuit, able to get out of the Boomerang Blade.
Yeah, kind of the opposite of a Relentless Pursuit, though. That was kind of more of a runaway. So, you know.
Not as relentless.
Definitely not pursuing anything.
He's created a nice CS lead for himself. He's about 20 CS ahead.
And you can see that EDG actually haven't given up. Like, they don't really care whether we feel that bottom lane is impactful because they're going for the play one more time. There's a teleport in.
Clear Love's here as well, waiting inside the bush. Teleport is going to be completed. There is Scout. Teleport to return being popped down, but let's see how much damage he's going to deal. Another teleport from the top lane. Tabe is the first person to get taken down here. Here comes the Maokai. Gets a double kill with one arcane smash and is able to get out of there and live to tell the tale.
Yeah, all of a sudden they have to be in full retreat, however, because 3 members are going to be here to fight for Invictus Gaming.
Zatai tries to slow down Clear Love, but the flash comes out from the Gragas. Kid is looking to see if he can take down the Karma. Good slow coming out from the Arcane Smash. Is going to stop him in his tracks.
And what a well-coordinated play out of EDG. They get 5 members into the bottom lane. They force back their Civil one more time. 20 CS deficit now. And grab 2 kills for the Maokai. Mouse going to be a team fighting powerhouse as this game progresses. And it's just off the back of a great coordinated dive. As I said, they're forcing it.
And, now we can really see the 2 win conditions these teams really showcase here. Mid lane doing well for IG. Bottom lane is the focus for EDG, although we thought, not necessarily a priority with AD carries being really weak in the current meta. It's exactly what they're going for, and they're forcing it.
Yeah, they certainly are. And, no Korean build coming out of Deft. He will be going for the standard build. So wants to have the 4 or 5 item power spike.
I think another big thing to take away from that entire fight is also the fact that 2 kills went over towards Mouse up in the top lane. He's neutralized the lane against the tie one more time here. With the 2 kills, should be able to continue doing just that, I feel.
Yeah, I completely agree. He's just gone back and bought more tanky stats. Like, what the hell is the tie supposed to do?
Auto attack.
The more you spam against him, the more he's going to get health back regardless. So
Vladimir, of course, has to use health to use his abilities.
Another culling coming out.
Rain not having a good time in this lane so far. There's still 15 CS behind Deft at the moment. He's controlling this wave now, trying to freeze it wherever he possibly can. Clear Love still down in this bottom lane. Scout, hasn't changed. Hasn't changed. Mid lane, he's still going to get chunked out. But still a very aggressive pathing coming up for Clear Love. Chaos Storm being dropped on top of the Swain. Should be able to run away from it, though.
Yeah, but that's a whole wave that's going to crash into the turret. All of a sudden, Scout, he's going to fall about 30 CS behind. So Rookie definitely flexing his muscles here in the mid lane. We'll see whether he's able to pick up a turret or whether Clear Love gets there in time to save.
He's still the Korean Slayer in the mid lane. Or one of them.
Rookie? He's Korean himself. He doesn't want to
takes down his own kind.
Yep. Cannibal. But yeah, that's just like really demoralizing as EDG. You can see that they've already lost 3/4 of the health down there. They need to pull away from bottom lane as well because they can't really get anything done. So this mid lane's going to start becoming a problem the longer the game goes.
Certainly is. Satai, though, actually runs straight head on in towards Mouse here. Takes a lot of damage. In fact, half his health gone already. More saplings come down to poke him out. Mouse actually flexing his muscles a little bit up in the top lane. Not as impactful.
Yeah, no, definitely wasn't as dramatic as, I guess, sending Rookie back. But
Satai just like, oh, God, not again. Get away from me.
It
Stop.
has a similar effects, I
Stop
guess.
It. I mean, big advantage though down in this bottom lane. Dev's actually grown that lead. It was 15 last time we checked in. Now it's 30. He doesn't really care about Rain at the moment.
It really is a mid laners versus the AD carry and support right now, however. Can Deft, I guess, survive all the damage that is going to come out of Victor? That's why control mages are so popular, because these mid-range AD carries just traditionally can't deal with them.
And Caitlyn was banned out in this game, so EDG don't have that champion to rely on. So Nala Culling's come out. We've seen this one before.
Certainly have.
Dashes across, tries to get a little bit more damage. Now Tabo desperately trying to heal out his AD carry.
There is sustain, however, in that bottom lane, and that's what I wanted to point out. Like, the important thing is Tabe is keeping Rain topped off. They haven't really got all that much damage done to the turret. Whereas when you look at what Rookie is doing right now, he's just pressuring objectives. So that's where the big difference is. Only half health done to the bottom lane turret. Mid lane turret is like one wave away from falling down.
Still, gold lead is completely even between these two teams. EDG did a good job of neutralizing that with their teleport ganks into the bottom lane. Kid now wanted to make his way down towards the bottom lane here instead. It's just going to be able to find a ward inside the tri-brush and sweep that one away. Gives us a little bit of time to take stock of the items that have been picked up so far. Kid picked up his jungle item, has completed that one. It's going to be another Luden's Echo for the Gragas. Whereas the Warriors of Charmin has been picked up by the Graves. Top lane, Spirit Visage already picked up by the Vladimir. We actually see Mouse looking to try and pick up the exact same items. Bottom lane, and the Spear Sword for Lucian, putting in some work towards the Sivir here. Lots of damage coming out from this Karma and Lucian combo.
Yeah, certainly is. And all of a sudden, an Siva has to go back. So, you know, Def can push in that wave one more time, potentially even go towards a Dragon. It's an Air Drake, however, so I don't expect them to.
We'll have to see if they do, as a rookie still flexing his muscles in the mid lane here against
I don't remember
Swain.
who said it on Twitter. It was someone from the Europe team. So the EU team, they were like, they did a test with one Air Drake running from top lane to bottom lane.
Okay.
You make it like a second quicker.
That's not very fast.
It's not a great buff.
So, might actually show why they're opting not to contest for it in this game so far. Scout still taking a lot of damage in this mid lane. He's not having a great time here. Don't think anyone really does against Rookie.
No, definitely not. You can see that it's just continued unrelenting pressure in the mid lane. He's about 40 CS behind. I mean, we're talking about bottom lane, and even that lane isn't going as poorly. It's about to get to that stage.
Slowly. Essence Reaver actually picked up by Deft already, so has his major item. Whereas Rain is still waiting to complete his. Does have the components, though.
You can see that Scout just can't stay in this lane. It's being continually pressured, continually forced back.
Deft and Mako this time around able to pick up more wards inside the Tri-Brush, take those down. So this is just, you know, story of the game. Rookie controlling mid lane, bottom lane in Deft's favor. Which one is going to pull out strong? He'd already got a good gank in the mid lane. We sort of 5-man dive from EDG bottom lane.
And we kind of expected this, right? Because the way we set up this game is the fact that, you know, these are two team fighting comps. They probably want a lane for one or two items. And then just continue to, you know, slowly build themselves that advantage that they think is going to win them the game. As you mentioned, in IG's side, that is going to be Rookie. He's bullying around Scout. He's 50 CS in the lead. And on the other side of the map, that is going to be Deft, who is also 50 CS in the lead and has an item up. So it's not really surprising to see these two teams are happy to play towards their win conditions.
Well, there is the Cloud Dragon being picked up by EDG. Clearlove opts to take the free objective for himself. I don't think IG are too concerned with that. But EDG are slowly finding a gold lead for themselves naturally in this match so far. They're about 7,000 gold, 7,700 gold ahead at the moment. Next Dragon to spawn will be an Infernal Drake, which is pretty crucial.
And they finally are starting to now push this turret down. Although
Kid, though, looking towards the mid lane. Flash early coming up from Scout, respecting the Gragas there.
Yeah, and this time they're just happy to take the summoner spell because they recognize that, you know, he's pretty tanky. Bottom lane turret going down. Do they go aggressive?
Well, shield's been popped by the Karma there, so can't quite speed up, but they will take the objective and be happy with that one. Rain and Tabe, you know, can't quite do anything on the Nami and Sivir in the bottom lane to stop that one from falling down.
But they have great AoE damage late game. The utility is there in the bottom lane.
Teleport actually being used here, but to get back into the mid lane for Scout. Gonna get jumped on by Q one more time. Gravity Field is there to lock him down. Gets knocked back in towards the turret, but here is Mako and Def looking to try and help out his teammates. Scout takes a lot of damage, but is able to get out of there alive, heal off the Raptor camp.
Yeah, so in the end, a really nice rotation out of the bottom lane of EDG. Scout looking to heal up, pretty much gets back to half health. He'll be happy with that. And they're going to continue their pressure in the mid lane. It's not a siege comp this time around. They don't have the range to continue, so eventually will back away. You have to say it's a little mini victory. It's the fat man.
Second time in this game, body slams in, steals the Raptor, or his own Raptor away from Clearlove, right underneath his nose.
He says, thank you for the leash.
And just like you mentioned, you know, if this was the first game, Def would already be in the middle lane pushing for that turret. This time round, Lucian, a lot shorter range, not as much siege potential.
Yeah, and you know, the fact that Dragon was just taken gives this 5-minute window where the teams are going to continually farm up. I don't even expect to see the duo lane out of IG push past their Rever. They're just going to accept the deficit that they're currently in, which is a completed Zeal, and they're going to allow the game to come to them. One of these big objectives, you know, whether it's a Dragon, whether it's a red buff that they finally invade on, something will happen that will spark a 5v5, and that's when I expect the teams to go all in, because they are 5v5 comps, and losing before you get to that stage of the game isn't what either team is looking for.
Now they're relatively quiet between these two teams. That mid lane outer turret for the side of EDG is going to fall down anytime. You know, one final push coming in from IG should be able to take it down.
3 members strong actually on top side of the map here for IG. Maokai is hard to dive. His turret is incredibly healthy.
Mouse looked like he wanted to run away there. What's going on, Spawn?
We're ships in the night, fish. As in the bottom lane, actually ultimate burnt, and it's EDG going for the dive.
That is aggressive. EDG looking for it. Instead, they're going to try and take down this turret. You know, extra 66% damage reduction, not being cared at all here by EDG lineup. They're going to be able to take down another turret for themselves and increase their gold lead.
Yeah, so in the end, that's a great trade. They're able to push down.
Hello.
Stop watching those areas.
Meanwhile, mid lane, you know, action one more time. They're just going to trade and return to the wrong side of the map. I don't understand the top side of this game anymore, Spawn.
I actually, you know, I think that IG is slowly falling out of touch. They've, all of a sudden, we're talking about how even this game is. There's a 3,000 gold deficit, and they've not got the mid lane track into this lane.
Ultimate actually being used by Taba there, trying to lock them down. Kid is going to try and get into this, just body slams out immediately. Both teleports being used towards this mid lane. Culling coming out. They're trying to lock down Rookie. Good damage down towards Taba. They're able to take him down as Mouse dives into the back line. Takes a lot of damage in return. Does get taken down by Kid, though. So he jumps in the back line trying to deal with Def. Meanwhile, Vladimir jumps into the team with the pull. Really low. Able to heal up. Leaving a sliver of health. Might not go down here as IG find the team fight they were looking for. Take up another kill. That's 4 kills for the IG lineup. And Clearlove barely escapes.
And what a play out of Zetai's Vladimir. You know, we already said it. This guy's going to look to make huge plays. They go in, and they absolutely just explode Tabe off on the side. But he's the support. Once the wave's out, that's absolutely fine. Meanwhile, Zetai up on this front line with Rookie just outputting so much damage. And when you think you have Vladimir, this is a frustration of current Vladimir. His ultimate pops, and he gains like 900 health again. And no one knows where it comes from, really. And Rookie's just able to continue the chase. So that was really nicely, like a great turnaround. And just as we said it, they were losing touch with the game. They pull it back.
Still, they only pull it back to an even lead between the two teams, so to speak. As right now, they're both sitting about 34 to close to 35,000 gold. EG still slightly ahead here.
And they really need to get some executioner callings into the EDG lineup.
Yep.
Generally, it's a jungler that will pick it up. But if Deft is that far ahead, you know, he can maybe afford to go for one early as well. Just because you saw that Zetai in that team fight, as long as he had abilities available, was just not going to be stopped.
See Swain now going to take away his blue buff for himself. He's another person that needs to be, you know, ignited, so to speak. Get the grievous wounds on top of that Swain's head, stop him from healing up with the ultimate.
They've got the Morellonomicon, right? Mm-hmm. So that's at least some form of grievous wounds. More intermittent, but, you know, with the Chaos Storm, things like that, you're generally going to be able to get it off. As now, all of a sudden, Scout running into Rookie.
Rookie actually going to get locked down here, but that's a 3-member strong IG. Scout, I don't think you're meant to be there, my friend, as he gets taken down, actually collapsed upon by every single member of IG, and this is right in time for Dragon.
Dragon is available. As you can see, it is an Infernal one. Teleport will be available once Scout is back alive, but that is still 30 seconds away, and it doesn't look like EDG want to fight this at all.
More than enough time for IG.
And scaling probably now in favor of IG, you have to say. You know, there's a 70 CS deficit in the bottom lane, and it just doesn't matter.
And to add salt into the injuries of EDG here, the next Dragon to spawn is going to be a Cloud, not something they really would want to fight for.
Yeah, so an ill-timed pick. Scout just shouldn't have been there. Didn't burn Flash to get out immediately. They take him down, and Rookie 3-0-3, 100% kill participation. He's 70 CS up as well, is doing a fantastic job.
Definitely looking good on the victor here. In fact, IG looking a lot better in this game now. They're the ones looking towards taking down the bottom lane and the turret, or outer turret, sorry. 4 men strong, pushing on towards that. Vladimir opting not to join the team. Teleport almost back up in the top lane. We can take a look at the gold swing here. EDG was so far ahead. Now, as you can see, Mako getting jumped on here. Ultimate being used by Kid, trying to lock down Deft as well. First kill goes on over towards Rain. Tabe, though, actually goes really aggressive.
Clearlove's in trouble.
Rookie puts a lot of damage down towards this Graves. It's not able to lock him down quite enough, though. And IG just going to continue this push.
And look at that gold difference graph. I mean, IG just able to claw their way back into it. It's now going to be probably a 3,000 gold lead.
Yep.
Just no instant wave clear out of the EDG lineup. And they're being made to pay.
Just don't see what EDG can do here. The team composition of IG just do so well against everything EDG are trying to throw at them.
Yeah, they're a team comp that if you dive on top of them, they're just going to output as much damage as you. They're tanky at the same time. Especially, like, when you look at it, they're just going to ignore Swain and Vladimir, Swain and Maokai, especially the Vladimir, because because of all the MR. And it's really up to one of these AD carries to be able to kill them. But they're going towards defensive items. They're not looking to get the Executioner's Calling in there.
Can already see Aegis being picked up by Gragas here. Vladimir has the Abyssal and the Spirit Visage and another Kindle Gem, so probably another...
Dash Cannon.
Oh, yeah.
Warmog's Armor.
Either of
Everything
those.
builds out of out of Kindle Gem now. It's great. One of the best items.
More cooldown reduction for the Vladimir. He'd probably be very happy with the 30% he currently has. And also reducing all the damage coming from Maokai. All the damage coming out from Swain as well. Not looking good for EDG right now.
Yeah, it certainly isn't. And you can see that 3,000 gold deficit in the mid lane really is where the majority of it is sitting.
Don't cry.
Scout, don't cry?
Yep.
I don't think he's crying yet.
Not yet. You know, playing against Rookie kind of has that effect against you, though.
Yeah, it's not fun. It does not look fun at all.
It's kind of like playing against SOFM in the jungle.
Let's not go too nuts. SOFM's good.
It's not Rookie.
I don't know if he's Rookie.
Well, we'll have to find out. I think he is. Watched him for quite some time now. Since he was 14.
Rookie has won an OGN championship, mate. You calm down.
So
SOFM
he hasn't won a
even
GPL.
represented a GPL.
He hasn't won a GPL championship, though.
Has SOFM?
Yep.
When?
Can't remember. He has.
Someone from the GPL get on that, I reckon. I'm calling Fish out for this one. He hasn't won the last 4.
No. But Marines, not doing too good. Meanwhile, we can see EDG here trying to clear out some wards up in the top lane. Desperately just trying to stay alive here against Invictus Gaming.
Yeah, no, he was looking to push that down, but it was actually a really nice rotation out of IG to match it. Now they're just waiting for their members to get up in time. Actually, doesn't look like Clear Love's going to be able to make it, so they back away, give up another turret. That's 3,000 gold. 4
turrets to 2 here. IG definitely dictating the flow of this match. No more siege comp for EDG means they can't just take down turrets as and when they please. IG really taking the fight to the mouse, so he's still doing a good job of going toe-to-toe against the tie, but this fighter is just getting obnoxious. That E is almost always out of cooldown.
Yeah, it certainly is. And now with that 30% cooldown reduction off items, he has picked up the Hextech Proto Belt. So we'll be able to close the gap on people as well.
Smash people with rockets.
It's going to be a really hard game for this team to pull back. And Clearlove's actually picked himself up a BF sword. It's going to be interesting to see if they can shut the Vlad down because they're really not itemizing for it. Instead, they're going raw damage and hoping that they can make the pick on people like Tabe and like Rookie.
Well, let's see if they can. It's going to be really difficult for EG to get into the backlines here. All the resistances coming out from IG's lineup. Definitely going to play their part. We can take a look at Rookie's item build as well as he goes back to base to pick up some more items for himself. Has the Rylai's Crystal Scepter, Morellonomicon, and the Sorcerer's Boots now, as well as the upgraded Hex Core.
You can see 3,000 gold in the mid lane. It's a couple of hundred gold in the top lane. Everywhere else is pretty much equal apart from 80 carries, where Deft is still up 500 gold, but it's nowhere near what it was just because of the fact that turrets are now heavily in favor of Invictus Gaming. And you're right, unless there's a huge flanking play, someone takes out Rookies straight away. It's just so hard for EDG to claw their way back into this game.
And even if they take out Rookie, they still have Tatai to deal with, who's the other solo laner we mentioned was the premier carry for the side of the IG lineup. That's going to be difficult. Scout now does get locked down by the gravity field. Pops in the bird form. It's going to be able to heal back quite a bit there. Not too afraid, but should be a little bit at least.
But the whole team, collapsing in here. This could potentially be one of the fights that we're talking about. Siva, a little bit late to join, but everyone will just back away.
IG looked like they wanted to cheat in towards EDG's jungle. Steph just farms out a little bit more of the Raptor camp before joining his team underneath the turret here. Still a big gold lead for the side of EDG. Tatai actually does get locked down. Karma actually speeds up the team. Mouse looked like he wanted to engage, decides not to pull the trigger.
Yeah, and Dragon up in 4 seconds. We'll see whether that is where the next big team fight is. Still only 2,500 gold in IG's favor. For 30 minutes into the game, it's not really all of that much.
Also a Cloud Dragon that's up and available. So
Teleport's coming in.
There is that teleport on the hunt being popped there. It's actually Scout in the backline, splashes forward. Maokai's on top of Rookie as well. Rookie takes a lot of damage, but he's still alive to die. Meanwhile, takes down Mako. Mouse is going to fall down as well. Dash Kerman comes in from the Vladimir, trying to take down the backline members. Look at this. Scout just can't quite get anything done here. Tatai just took on the rest of the team. 1-on-3 is able to take them down as well. IG find a clean ace off a play from EDG.
And the difference is the AD carry on IG has an Executioner's Calling and no one has one on EDG, which just means Tatai runs a train over the top of the EDG lineup. They're going to pick up Baron, and all of a sudden what was a close game is now 6,000 gold in a hole for EDG.
That one team fight was just enough for IG to pick up the gold lead and the tempo control they wanted to do just this.
And let's have a look at it. I mean, they get their man. They get on top of Rookie. It is a massive 3-man never move, but he just doesn't die because they've exhausted out Scout. He's not doing the damage they need. And meanwhile, on the backline, I mean, Zatai is just honestly 1v3ing right now. And you can see that there's no health going back onto Scout. He actually can't keep up with everyone. Zatai's just, I don't know, 2 turrets deep, taking on whoever he wants.
Gets a little bit of help from Rookie, but I don't think he really needed it. He was just destroying people. Look at the damage, though.
Yeah, 5,500 damage for Zatai there. I mean, and you can see, you know, it's just, this is why you don't give the guy Vladimir. He showed it once against Game Talents, and I think he's shown it a second time this time around against EDG.
You know, game 1, EDG were like, yep, let's ban it out. Game 2, EDG decided not to.
Yeah, decided Italy was a bigger deal.
Mm-hmm.
And as I said, one of the weaknesses of swaying mid lane is the fact that there's no instant wave clear for the team. Now they're going to have to deal with that because they're behind. They can't win a team fight. And they can't even wave clear.
Well, this turret is going to fall down in favor of Invictus Gaming. They're looking to try and take down the inhibitor as well. No fight being put up by EDG here. They're just going to let that go down. The Kid looking to try and take down Deft here. Not able to lock him down. Chaos Storm being put on top of the Maokai.
And it's a 10,000 gold lead right now that IG has just opened up. It was a 3,000 gold lead moments ago. So about a 7,000 gold lead like Baron power play. The one team fight into Baron into double turrets one more time.
Things are just not looking good for EDG at the moment. Very different from the first game they played. Now, you know, they got a lot of power on Def. He's got 90 CS up ahead of Rain, but it's just...
But Rain's got 4 kills, so right now, that doesn't even matter, right? 3 items versus pretty much 3 items. 80 carries in a very comparable spot. And as we said, you know, when you play a similar comp, when you're both playing a team fighting comp, you both want to do the exact same thing. So it's whoever generally has the biggest hammer wins. And right now, IG have a much bigger hammer than EDG.
Let's take a look at what items IG have picked up as well. You know, to tie up in the top lane, he's got that Rabadon's Death Cap being picked up as well. Still refusing to upgrade his boots. Unlike Clearlove, Kid is opting to go for a very tanky Gragas build just to be up in the face of the EDG members. Mouse, you know, got his standard items, but bits and pieces everywhere else in the rest of the team.
Yeah, 100%. You know, there's nothing really they can do right now. They maybe go for the play one more time. But unless they kill Rookie, there's not really much hope for this having any success.
Well, they're trying to wave clear. Deft actually takes a lot of damage in that one trade. Rookie goes aggressively forward, just get some damage down to Mouse. This turret is going to fall down to Ty. He might not get locked up in place. He takes a little bit of damage in return, but that turret falls down. Chaos Storm he put on top of Scout there, puts some good damage down towards the Swain. Has to run away and get back to the fountain to heal up. That's another inhibitor down for the EDG lineup.
IG are patient, right? They're just going to back away. They're going to reset, go towards the top side of the map. There's not really all of that much that EDG can do anymore, because as we said, you know, you can go for the Hail Mary, hope that you blow someone up. But Rookie's pretty tanky at this stage of the game, and they just haven't met the thresholds they need to be able to win.
I just don't see how they blow someone up either. You know, Lucian Graves, lots of, you know, damage over time.
They've
Swain,
got an IE.
Damage over time.
I mean, a crit into a Graves ultimate wouldn't go astray right now.
They need to pull off that miracle play, because it's just looking dire at the moment for EDG. Clearlove going to get caught out here as well. Ignited and taken out so low. Rain picks up that kill now. You can see Scout trying to do what he can in the back lines. He has to pop his Zonius to try and stay alive. Rain going to be able to take it down with ease, though. Flash forward, not going to be enough. Tatai just keeping them occupied down the back lines. Culling being put out there by Def. Not going to matter. Tatai's already back at half health just from one transfusion. And now IG just looking to try and clean up the rest of EDG's lineup. Mouse flashes over the wall, gets through the base gate. They're still going to try and take it down. Chaos Storm drops straight on top of the tree. IG are going to look to try and take down the last inhibitor, and definitely going to look towards the Nexus.
And they just can't kill anyone on the side of Invictus Gaming right now. Rookie flashes forward, deletes Deft.
And that's going to be game here. IG looking a lot stronger in game number 2, proving that they're the premier Chinese team they want to be. Rookie skirting with Def, trying to dive Maker underneath his turret.
He wants him.
Not going to be able to get him though. This Nexus is going to fall down, and Invictus Gaming tie up the series 1-1.
And a much better job done from Invictus Gaming this time around. Get 2 big carries on the top half of the map. Get your CC and your utility in the AD carry and support position. You know, run a top-heavy comp. And they do that and come up absolutely massive.
Right from the draft phase, felt like IG, you know, they had a really good team comp if they got ahead at any point in the game. It just felt like a team where it's hard to kill anyone in the lineup, and everyone does so much damage coming into that game. EDG, they were 3,000 gold at one point. They just dropped the ball against IG.
Yeah, they really did. You know, there's not really much else to say there. They, I think their itemization was incorrect. They couldn't kill Vladimir because they didn't have an executioner's calling. I mean, you were seeing how much he was healing in those fights. And then the fact that they pulled the trigger when they did, like, it was actually, you know, when Mouse got caught out, Infernal Drake goes over, there's just not much they can do. And
this was that one team fight. As Mouse is soaking up all this damage here, the rest of the team just nowhere close to do anything at all. You can see Kid keeping Deft occupied, Tatai keeping the rest of the team occupied as well. And it was just from here onwards where IG just snowballed out of control.
Yeah, exactly right. You know, it looked like they wanted to re-engage, but Kid had already beaten them to the punch. Rookie was there as well. His Victor was absolutely destroying people.
And here's the Hail Mary coming out from EDG. They got the root onto Rookie. They got the ultimate, the collateral damage from Graves, but Tatai just is like, okay, I'll kill everybody.
Yeah, but no AD carry is hitting anyone but Zatai right now, and they still can't kill him. Meanwhile, you can see, like, Executioner's Calling is on every single time, and Zatai has just already killed the backline.
Dead. Zatai's... He was a monster on Vladimir when they played against Game Talents. We said at the start of the series, probably going to be permabanned against him from now onwards. Game 2, EDG was just like, yeah, well, we don't want Nidalee. We'd rather play against a Vladimir. And Tatai just shows them why it's the incorrect choice to make.
Yeah, 100%. And as we said, like, you should be respecting the solo lanes of IG. They're their win conditions. In fact, Gragas was probably Kid's best jungler in the first split. You know, the fact that they're banning away Nidalee and leaving up these huge carry potentials in the solo lanes is a huge strategical error from EDG, because win conditions for IG are the top lane and are the mid lane.
And they played to their win conditions fantastically in game number 2. We're going to go